Welcome to Madupe's Auto Work, people. Today we'll be covering a 2015 Acura ILX. We're going to be doing the front brakes and rotors on this one, and I'll be walking through the process, letting you know the things to look out for, and really just to get your hands a little bit dirty and understand what the process is. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them below. Enjoy the video. Let's go.
All right, for starters, of course, safety first. Today we'll be using quick jacks, and of course the most important point is to make sure that you're at the jack points of your vehicle. This is vital to make sure that you're actually lifting in the correct load area. You don't want to load before or after to prevent your vehicle falling off. So we're going to go ahead, we got our points lifted, so we're going to go ahead and lift the vehicle. Great thing about the quick jacks, they do have a set point so that you can ensure that the jack won't lower while you're working on the vehicle. So as we're going up here, it's going to go ahead and set, and we can go ahead and stop, come back down, and then we're good to go. And we're going to be working on the front right. The lug nut size is 19 millimeters. There is a wheel lock on here, so we'll be going ahead and removing the wheel lock first, and then proceeding to take off the rest of the 4 lug nuts. All right, so once we get these lug nuts off, we're gonna go ahead and move that wheel out of the way. If you are using a jack and jack stands, I do recommend that you place this under the side that you're working on of the frame of the vehicle. So we have a 17, I believe that's a 12 millimeter for your caliper. So the caliper housing right here uses that 12, so we're gonna break those 2 bolts loose, the upper and the lower. And once we do that, what I would recommend is getting maybe like a bungee cord and kind of tying that around maybe like the shock body to ensure that it doesn't hang by the brake line. You don't want to hang by the brake line because it can potentially lead to leakage. It's not meant for a weight load, it's meant to transport fluid. So go ahead and tie this up right here with your bungee cord, wrap it around the shock body, and you should be good to go to proceed on to the rest of the work. So the next step that we're going to do here is go ahead and use we're going to go ahead and remove the pins right here on the top and the bottom. Do remember to place these because they are vital in keeping the brake pads in place. So we're going to remove both sides of the brake pads. I usually just take a look at each one to make sure that I have the same orientation when I put the new pads on. So I put them on each side just so that I know, what side is which. This one does have clips on the upper and lower, which we will be replacing with our brake pads. So go ahead and take those off. I usually take a little wire brush and clean that area up before I apply the new one. So you might want to do that. On the rotor itself, you're going to have on this vehicle 2 set screws, and there are Phillips heads. So I usually break these loose by hitting it with the hammer, break the rust loose a little bit, and then I'll go ahead and take my impact to that and break it loose. If you do the reverse and you hit it with the impact first, you do risk stripping the actual screw or breaking the actual bit. So you definitely want to hit that screw loose a little bit with your hammer, and once you do that, you can give it a couple whacks and it should break loose here. So again, we're going to go ahead and remove those 2, and now we're removing the actual caliper bracket itself. Again, this is a 17 millimeter, so we're going to go ahead and break the upper and the lower bolt off and take that one out. Now, we didn't cover this one in the video, but on the caliper housing and the caliper bracket, they do have these sleeves on the upper and lower. You definitely want to make sure that these are actually moving freely, and if they're not, if they feel a little bit stiff, then you want to go ahead and take these out and grease them up. And they do have caliper greasing that you can actually use to adhere to here. Right now, these are pretty good, so I didn't take these out for re-greasing. So we got our brake pads and rotor back on set here. We're going to go ahead and pump the brakes to build up that pressure and push that piston back on top of the caliper. I'm talking the brake pads, and we're just going to do the same on the left side. So once you do that, I go ahead and check the brake reservoir to make sure that there's fluid in there. Go.
All right, folks, thanks for tuning in today on Madupe's Auto Work. Today we covered our 2015 Acura ILX. We got the front brakes and rotors done. Everything is looking good, and hope you all enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or comments, anything about the process that you had a question about, please let me know. Drop a comment below, hit the like button, and make sure you subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you guys are alerted on all the latest, all right? Check you next time.